Well, good morning, West Ham fans. I've had a shave and I've had a bit of time uh, to think about the game. Happy Monday to you all, by the way, from you end here. Like, comment, share, etc., etc. Frustrating again. Are we now a second half side? I think it's like we've always, under Moyes, particularly in that second, we always seem to be on that second half side. And I just want us to just release the handbrake. And not only for Potter, but for the fan base. That second half performance, again, at Liverpool, 60% possession second half. I think altogether, what was we altogether? 55-45. I think they put a 60-30, 68-32. So frustrating. Because I was doing the watch along and literally we were saying, if there's strikers there, we would have scored. If there's strikers there, we would have scored. And I just want us to just release the handbrake. I don't want us to be a second half side every game. Now, I appreciate some games, maybe the game yesterday made sense. First half, keep it, then never go second half. But why wait for 20 minutes to the end before you bring on your striker? And even then, straight away, again, I think he's only had about 5 shots and he scored with 3 of them or something ridiculous like that. Hit the crossbar again. He's... it's frustrating because you can see the embers, you can see the building blocks. That second half, there was passage of play. I was like, I can get behind this. This is it. I can understand what you're trying to do here. Even like when he took off Skulls for Southampton, people were like, what the fuck's doing? But actually, it made sense. Wan-Bissaka, there was so much space on the left, and Wan-Bissaka putting him there, who's more of an attacking threat than maybe Ollie Skulls is, changed the game. I think Salah only touched the ball 4 times that whole second half. And I understood it. I didn't, you had to sort of figure it out and sort of make you, like go into your mind palace and join the dots a little bit. But I just couldn't understand why it took him until the 70th minute before he brought on Fulk. And we just look so much better. I never want to see Bowen up front. It doesn't work. It didn't work under Moyes. It didn't work under Lopetegui. And it doesn't work under Potter. Jarrod Bowen is not a striker. Jarrod Bowen's greatest asset is being able to come off the right-hand side. That's what he does well. That's why he got into England and got into the England setup, because that's what he's good at. And in a side which is now bottom of the rest in the league, the bottom 3 are gone, but bottom of the people that are staying up. He's the one who sort of stands out. I thought, looking back at the game again, I thought Paqueta had a really good game. Sort of was playing all over the place, but was strong. I like the way that Paqueta always manages to gain a foul when we need one. He's very good at that. He knows when it's tight and he'll drop a shoulder and then he'll know someone's going to push him and he'll ride the challenge and then get the foul. But I just want Fulk up front. That's all I want. And then we play Southampton on this Saturday, and I just want us to play a fucking striker. That's all I want. Just to, if we're assuming this is an experimental phase, we're trying things. He brought on Louis Guilherme. He brought on, he didn't play with Alvarez. He didn't play with Souček. None of them got any minutes today. I would love us to try Fulk up front. Try it. You might like it. And I don't get it. If he's not fully fit, then say he's not fully fit. Don't say that, he's working towards his fitness and things like that. Because if there's a genuine reason why he's not playing, say it. Because people can't question you if you're honest and go, look, he's not fit. He can only play 35 minutes at the moment. He can only play 40 minutes. Fine. Then we know. Do you know what I mean? Then we don't assume there's not negligence, but like an inadequacy in terms of Potter. Then we know. I just didn't get it. I just didn't get. I got some of the game plan in terms of keep it tight. To be honest, I think Liverpool weren't very good at all, and I thought, the second half, we come with 247 passes. We had one big chance. We had five shots. The goalkeeper made us a couple of saves. Shots hit the woodwork again. Some good through balls. I mean, was it a big chunk of it? Was it? There's loads of touches in the second half in their half as well, and it's just another day. And again, this is just West Ham, but another day we'd have walked over a point, no problem at all. I truly believe that we had some big chances the first half. You got to think that corner right at the stroke of half time. If Mavropanos had put his head in that, we got in 1-1. Would have been interested to see what happened then. Liverpool would have come out the traps. Then maybe we look at bringing Fulk. I mean, Luis Guilherme again came on. I thought he didn't do bad. I thought Carlos Soler had an okay game, was drifting in and out. Mav didn't really make any mistakes, I don't think. Of course, Ollie against Salah was always going to be a not a mismatch, but a challenge for him. And again, there was criticism of Scars, but I think it was Peter or someone on the live stream went, Salah's made more experienced left backs and left wing backs look stupid than Ollie, and I think he'll come back stronger. He didn't. What I liked about Ollie, he didn't shirk it, carried on going, and actually, I think he got the better of Salah towards the end before he came off. I thought he looked stronger. He looked more confident. He looked like he knew when to attack Salah, when to not attack Salah. And so it's a learning process. But I just want us to play a fucking striker. That's what I want. We got two on the bench. We had two on the bench. If you had two on the bench, surely one could play one half, one could play the other half. If they can't play, don't put them on the bench and tell us. That's all we want to know. At the end of the day, we've gone through this season with Bowen breaking his foot. We've had Fulkrug being out. We've had Kudus out for 5 games. For a nothing season, it's been pretty full on, in all honesty, in terms of sendings off, in terms of hearings, in terms of firings, in terms of hirings. It's been pretty full on for a season when we're going to finish probably about 16th, between 15th and 17th. It's not been a dull season off the pitch, realistically, has it? I just want to play as a striker on Saturday. Please, let's start with a striker. Let's have a go. Let's release the handbrake and see. That's the only thing we haven't done. We've tried all these other permutations and 4 at the back and 3 at the back, and Alvarez and Suchek playing, and the 3 of them with JWP and all this stuff. We haven't really started. I mean, we started with Ferguson at home last but one game. But I want to start with Fulkrug. I want him to knock some centre halves about. Anyway, and decompress. Now, we're going to talk about. We're in this flux now, aren't we? We're in a season. We're in this flux until the end of the season. Is it 7 games left, something like that? 6 games left, something like that. I think it's 6 actually, isn't it? But apparently, according to Graham Potter, we're going to have an exciting summer. And we'll talk about that at lunchtime. Anyway, take care. Let me know your thoughts. I mean, at the moment, I said, I think it was one of Gary's shows yesterday. I think Chris said he'll probably, after about half a dozen games into the new season, we'll know what it's going to look like. You get an idea. And I agree with that. I'm happy to give him the first 10 games next season. You know what I mean? But I've seen things, I've seen bits, and I was like, I quite like that. There's one glaring bit I just don't understand. I just don't get it. I don't get why he doesn't play a striker when we have 2 fit. Oh, okay. Let me rephrase that. Okay. I don't know why he plays Bowen up front because it don't work. It never will work. And we're hoofing up balls. Ario is hoofing up balls to someone who's 5'7", 5'8", maybe, Bowen, against Van Dijk, who's 6'3", something like that. Never going to work. Conte's about 6'3" as well. Never going to work. But we carried on doing it. It's the definition of madness, isn't it? We try and do something and hope, but the outcome will be different. But it won't be. Anyway, rant over for the morning. Rant over. We move on. Southampton at the weekend. We need a performance, but I think we need a performance to get more fans on the Potter train. Personally, obviously, there's a lot of people, and a lot of people are going, right, this is a period of flux. You know, he's getting his players in the summer, then we'll see what happens. Some people have already made their minds up. Totally, you know, and I say again, stick or twist in terms of Potter, and I'm sticking. I'm still sticking because I've seen bits. Some bits frustrate me. It's not plain sailing. In the day, you know, someone said he took over when they were 14th and now we're 17th, and you know he's got a worse win ratio than Lopetegui. We're harder to beat, harder to break down. I give him that. You know, we're not getting turned over like we did under Lopetegui and Moyes in the last season of his tenure. But it just I don't know. Can't quite put my finger on that bit. And I know we're below them, but at least we're not Spurs. Or Man United. I mean, the fact is, again, it's, you know, we're going to be below two teams who are in complete turmoil. I don't think we're in turmoil. I think we're in transition. But Spurs and Man United fans, it's, you know, the world's falling out of its arse, and we're still going to finish probably below them. Anyway, rant over. I'll see you guys at lunchtime. Much love. Have a nice rest of the day.